Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH, and we're speaking about in the times of Aliyah, when you are moving up in the world of Avodas Hashem, things are going well. That's when we acquire for ourselves the medium in the world of Yiras Haremamus, which is the awe and the reverence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's greatness. It's a loftier level. In the Zmana Yerid, in the times when we're going down, we're struggling, having a hard time, you can only acquire really Yiras Ha'inish, which is the fear of punishment, and that is because you need something to hold you in check, that you shouldn't fall off the rails altogether. And he says like this, the depth of this concept is the following. Yesh tikkun penimius, there is an inner tikkun, an inner fixing that a person does. That comes through love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yiras Haremamus, which is the reverence of the exaltedness of Hashem. That's the penimius, very deep inside. Then there is a much more, well, I guess we'll call it a superficial type of a tikkun, a correction that we will make, tikkun aguf, which is more based around the body. And that comes through the fear and the fright that a person has of the punishments that are coming. I can either work on the pinimius, which is bringing out the real feelings of Ava, the love that I have inside of me for Hashem, or I have the fear that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to punish me if I do the wrong thing. That's coming from the fright that I have on my body that I want to protect it. And therefore, a person must acquire for themselves fear of punishment in truth. Because if not, then God forbid there will be no choice but to be afraid. But you're going to be afraid of the wrong things, outer, superficial things. And not just because of the punishments that are coming from Hashem. You'll be afraid of noises, you'll be afraid of robbers in the middle of the night, you'll be afraid of the dark streets, you'll be afraid of losing money, you'll be afraid of many things. But the real pachad, the real fear that a person should have is the fear of punishment coming from Hashem. You have to understand that the way to acquire fear of punishment, it's a necessity. It's not like a b'diavad, a secondary thing. You need it because if you don't have yiras ha'inish, the fear of punishment, you'll end up fearing everything besides Hashem. Ulam kol zeh, nevertheless, all of this, kasher zeh nase im hakara berua l'shekach ritzoni yizvach shema. It has to be, as we explained many times, with the clarity that this is the will of Hashem. V'lo rak mikoyach shedoeg alasma, not because you're worrying about yourself. I'm not fearing the punishment because I'm afraid what's going to happen to my body. I'm going to be beaten, my money will be taken away, I'll have hardships. No, it's because I realize where is all of this coming from. The Rebbeinu Shalom actually have a fear of the Hashem. And then a person will merit to have simcha, happiness, together with year, together with this fear of the punishments that might be coming. How does that work? Because you will be happy that you merit to do the will of your Creator. Through the fear of punishment, which will keep me away from doing the wrong thing, and it will motivate me to do the right thing, I can be besimcha that I'm fulfilling the ratzon of Hashem. This is really the innermost workings of yira, of the fear. Like it says in the pasuk, Vigilu b'ra'ada, rejoice in ra'ada, in trembling. V'amru chazal b'makim gila shamte ra'ada, in the place where you are trembling, in the place where you are rejoicing, that is where you are going to tremble. Which means but it's kind of the opposite. The trembling itself brings the person to the place where they're going to be able to rejoice with HaKadosh Baruch Hu because they know they're doing the right thing. When a person works hard to acquire for themselves fear of punishment, l'shem shemayim, for the sake of heaven, together with the fear, he's happy that he's doing Hashem's will. So even though, yes, I'm afraid of the punishments that are coming, but nevertheless, it motivates me to do the right thing, therefore I can be happy. Yeshkan yira v'yachad im zois simcha. So this person now has a life of the fear of punishment. At the same time, it goes together, hand in hand, with simcha, with joy. Shenoledes miskarbus l'kuchabrichu, that comes through the being close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ayidei through this fear, v'havin ki davar amak v'hu. Understand this, it's a very deep concept, and really it means like this. Don't walk around moping with your head held down and feel bad for yourself that you're afraid to do a sin because of the punishments that are coming. Don't look down on yourself, because the only thing that stops you sometimes from doing the sin or motivates you to do mitzvahs because you're afraid of the ancient, the punishments that HaKadosh Baruch Hu could mete out, meter connected, meter measure for measure. Adarabba. Because of that, you're doing the Ratzon of Hashem. Because that you know that there is a punishment around the corner for the person who doesn't do the mitzvahs the way he's supposed to, that's why you control yourself and you do the right thing. Therefore, you should be besimcha, you should be bejoy that you are able to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, gilu ura'ada, with happiness and with trembling at the same time. And that is the real derech, that is the way of an Oved Hashem. Have a wonderful day.